Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Hello, everyone.
It's Jase and
Diane.
coming to you live, and we're doing it for two reasons. One, we're on the way back from Vegas to Boise, Idaho. We just did an awesome Be Funny, Make Money, and wanted to just say hello to you guys and remind you that tomorrow, 11 Pacific, 2 p.m. East Coast, is is Speakeasy with Jase. And tomorrow on Speakeasy with Jase, I'm going to be sharing a story I call the Ginger Story. And if you've ever felt stuck or stymied or stopped in asking for the sale, this one story will get you uncapped in asking for sales. I'm also going to share tomorrow on Speakeasy with Jase. What am I sharing?
You're going to share the flight attendant?
Yes. The ultimate, most powerful pattern interrupt I ever saw, and it was with a flight attendant I worked with. And then I'm also going to talk about the importance of having a kata for your presentations. How you take the stage is as important as what you say when you're on the stage. So tomorrow you'll be able to catch us over on my fan page, which is facebook.com/Speakeasy with Jase. And if you feel appropriate, please share this preview and join us for the stream 11 Pacific and share that out. So we're just coming home from Be Funny, Make Money, and this was Diane's first event to work with us, and we had truly an amazing event. Here's what was really interesting I'll tell you what was really interesting for me in a minute, but let's go to you first. How was your experience working an event? Like, what was it like for you to come into the wonderful, crazy, awesome world of live events and seminars? I mean, you've worked something else, but it's kind of like a smaller thing we did. What was it like for you doing this?
Yeah, this was a really neat event for me. I didn't really know what to expect coming into it. I've worked with other event teams in different industries before, but what was surprising for me was just how well everyone worked together, from the salespeople to the team to Jase and Kevin. Like, it was really a big team effort, and it just felt like it went really smooth, and we all helped each other, and it was very congruent, and it was a good time on top of that. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. So here was the biggest, thanks Bob, solid training with a solid trainer. Here, hey guys, let me know if you can hear us okay or if not. By the way, also in the back, making an appearance on the live, we'll have to tag him, is Napa the dog. And it's hard for me to see where I'm pointing this thing, so I think I'm pointing at Napa.
Yeah, you got him.
And separate news, as I drove into Vegas, I'm being authentic. So as I was driving into Vegas, I crested the hill. Like, you go through this as you're coming from the north to the south, and you go through St. George. There's this beautiful gully you drive through where the mountains are on each side of you, and that's kind of the demarcation between Utah and Nevada in my brain. That's like the separation between being in Utah and Vegas. And then maybe half hour to 45 minutes after that, you'll be in Vegas. Thanks, Bob. So, as Vegas opened up before me, I used to take that drive, and I just got emotional. I would see Vegas, and I think, I'm home, and it just felt good. And this time it opened up, and I just thought, look at all this concrete. I kind of don't want to be here. And I wanted to be there for the event, but I didn't want to be in Vegas per se. And it really showed me how much I love where I live now. I didn't even know I could love a place as much as I do. And it's like, where I live now is so green, and there's bike paths, and it's cool enough you could be outside during the day. And in Vegas, I can't take Napa on my bike and ride to a restaurant. We'd die, or you're hit by a car, or his feet would melt off.
Yes.
His little paws would stick to the cement, and then he couldn't run. Sorry, I just had this image like a cartoon. But in Boise, we load up the bike. We'll probably do it tonight. I have a reflective vest I wear. I have a reflective vest for Napa. I just got a reflective leash. And we'll jump on the bike and ride to a brewery or a restaurant and get some dinner or something. And he gets to get his run on, and I get to be outside and do a little exercise. And it's just gorgeous. And it runs right by the side of a river. And it just showed me how happy and grateful I was. So, totally side note. Right now, if you see, it says U-Haul. I emptied my storage unit in Vegas, so now everything I own will be in Boise with me.
Possibly melted.
crazy. What?
Possibly melted from being in that U-Haul in Vegas.
No, we got out of Vegas. We loaded up. Oh my gosh, you guys, unloading that storage unit. How hot was that?
That was hot.
Oh, this thing, the U-Haul was baking. So anyway, but it works because also we had a great team. Shout out to AJ and Doreen of Powerhouse Productions. They ran the event. They brought in a fantastic customer service and coaching team with Amy and Jamie Honey, and it was really cool. Dr. Avis Attaway flew in to help staff. Kevin Burke flew in to help teach from Indianapolis. And we had a world-class team. It was super cool. So AJ's company has all the equipment we'd ever need to run an event. So now I have everything to run an event in Boise. And I have everything in Vegas when I team with them. And it's also, side note, Total Show Tech. If you're ever doing big events in Vegas, my friend owns Total Show Technical, and we bought a whole bunch of pipe and drape from them. He's a buddy of mine. Normally, you can only rent it. So now I own pipe and drape, which is totally cool. So anyway, before I went on that total side detour, here was the thing that stood out for me as someone who's the bottom line in leading that event. And as we debriefed, the coaches, Amy and Jamie, both said that they felt valued and respected as part of the team and not like just looked down upon. And whereas some coaches and some speakers out there are like, oh, it's my event, and they're like snooty. And then Diane, well, how did you feel as being part of the team? Just putting you right on the spot. Like you're going to say something bad, right?
I felt like a part of the team, and that was the most important thing. You know, I came in there and I came a day late because I had some family stuff to take care of before going, and they just welcomed me right in, and they respected me and listened to me and just took me under their fold, and it was like we were just family immediately. It was great.
Diane came up with this awesome idea, and it got implemented immediately, and it made a huge difference. And then at the end, I was asking one of our sponsors, Natalie Lavelock, and she teaches people how to create a home study course and how to monetize your information by creating a product. She walks people through that path. And she sponsored at the end. We did a bonus day, and I thought the event was good for her. And I go, Natalie, how was the event for you? And she goes like this. I got to keep my eyes on the road, but she goes like this. And I'm like, because she didn't say anything, and I got really nervous. And then she goes, are you kidding me? It was awesome. And she like was saying that it was such a good event for her, and something she said too that I love, like this was music and to my ears and manna for my soul. She said she felt respected and valued as a sponsor, and not just like she didn't say it, but the essence I was picking up is not just like you're some sponsor, go be in a sponsor hall and be anonymous and we got your check. It was like we valued her and we worked to make the event a win for her. And so I heard all these people saying on the team that they felt respected and valued, and that's the culture I want to create, where everybody we work with gets how awesome they are and how awesome we think they are. So that was, for me, super, super validating. That was really cool. That was like really cool.
And I gotta say to the team too, they felt respected and valued, but every single teammate in the room brought respect and brought value into the room. You know, we just had such an amazing group of people that it just worked for us.
Which, this was the lesson I got out of this event. If you've been around workshops and seminars, you will hear people say, you know, they come for the money, they stay for the head game. In this group, we had a lot of thinker brains in this group. And I think God orchestrates things, and thank God for God, because day 2, this one guy said something to me. I'd kind of worked with him on stage a little, and then he said something to me on break, and my radar went off. I'm like, we got to share this in front of the room. And it was about how the stuff he's been dealing with is that lack of self-belief and not getting that he's awesome. And he's like, I just got to figure this out. And I had just been talking about one of the courses we offer is a personal growth course. You guys, you cannot figure it out on your own. The things that are holding you back because your subconscious programming, maybe you could glimpse it, but I really don't think you... Oh my gosh, I just got something. Part of your growth in personal development is having to reach out to others for help. I just got this. It doesn't work in a vacuum. It doesn't work from a book. It doesn't work from a CD set. You have to work with another human being to break through certain barriers. And I think the having to accept and ask for help is a part of the process. I just got that. So anyway, the big epiphany I had during the event too was how much this room had an undercurrent of lack of self-belief. And I mean, there's some very high achievers in there. We had many multi-million-dollar companies in there. We also had some brand new companies in there and everything in between. There was this massive undercurrent of like personal development and personal growth that needed to happen, and like leaving lies behind and getting positive stuff in. And this event is about Be Funny, Make Money, so I had to put in a bunch of stuff around the breakthrough. Like we have Profitable Presentations Live coming up in October, and we have some pieces that are created specifically for mindset. But what I got was every live event, I need to intentionally put in some huge personal growth pieces because they need it. So Allison says, ask for help. Amen to that. Allison, it's nice to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you on the live. So yeah, anything you want to add or any thoughts on that?
I think you covered it. Pepe.
You want to tell any of your wonderful jokes that you told this weekend?
Oh, my wonderful jokes?
Yeah, the clean ones.
Oh, of course. I don't tell bad jokes.
Go ahead.
I think you've told all of them on
I'll prime the pump. This is one of my favorite ones. Did you hear about the two peanuts walking down the street? One was assaulted. I told him right on the street. Why was the beach wet?
Because the seaweed.
Why did the fish swim across the ocean?
What?
To get to the other tide. What did the chicken? So there's this duck, and he's thinking about crossing the road. What did the chicken say to him? So what did the chicken say to the duck that was thinking about crossing the road?
Don't do it, man. You'll never hear the end of it.
Jenny wrote this one. I bought a universal remote. It changed everything. I think that's pretty awesome.
I like that one.
So anyway, that's when you know you're probably getting it. So all right, so 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. East Coast. Figure out your other time zones. Tomorrow, on my Facebook fan page, you got to click to go to my fan page. I'm going to be sharing why you need a structure for taking the stage for your physical beingness, and I created a kata, and I'll be sharing about that. I'll be sharing about the biggest pattern interrupt I've ever seen, and then I'll also share about what I call the ginger story, and it is, I used to be held back with asking for sales. I didn't want to be a jerk. I wanted to, I don't know what I wanted. And this one event that happened in my life totally changed it forever, where I'm no longer concerned about me. I'm concerned completely about them. And it can be access to you being much more effective at closing sales and not being shy and not being embarrassed and being confident and committed to the people you're going to make a difference with, because that's what it comes down to. So on Speakeasy with Jase tomorrow, I'll be sharing that. Can you give them a peek outside? Just let them show us. So here we're in Idaho right now, and here's a peek on what it looks like right now. You can like flip the camera with the button too.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, I didn't tell you guys this. Napa the dog, we brought him to Vegas, and he was the official greeter. So on day one of the event, Napa walked up and down the registration line, and he was in the event when we started and brought his good dog energy. So it was awesome. No, don't do this work. What the heck does that mean? And sweet lady. Who is this a friend of yours? Nah.
No. This is our beautiful flatlands right now before we get to the mountains.
Somebody was speeding.
And somebody was speeding.
So now, what does this mean? Someone said, don't do this work. I'm going to wait. I want to see what your answer is. Now, what are you saying in your comment about don't do this work? I don't know what that means. What does he say? Don't do this else you want to say before we tune off?
No. I guess one of my favorite things about this weekend was we had people come up in front of the room and tell some stories. And man, these stories were funnier than any of the jokes all weekend long.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And the coaching process, to see them go from standing up there very timidly telling the stories to incorporating sound effects and really stepping into the stories as they told them, just amplified it. And the teaching of the face response to when you make a joke, just making it so much funnier. That was my favorite part.
I think the thing I love most about Be Funny is that in 3 days, you could see people go from being uptight and worried on stage to just sharing and like letting it all hang out and being really entertaining storytellers. And that's what sells, you guys. You don't have to be perfect on stage. Perfect is boring. Content is boring. Stories sell. Getting people laughing and crying sells. That's what works. So, looks like he's not going to comment. Does anyone have a question before we buzz? Anything on speaking, sales? Remember, Be Funny, Make Money tomorrow, 11 Pacific, 2 p.m. East Coast.
Speakeasy with Jase.
Speakeasy with Jase. What do I call it?
Jase. Be funny.
Oh, Speakeasy with Jase. First you said I will cross. Oh, okay. Like he's saying, don't cross the road. Now I got it.
Oh, got it.
So our friend Lori tells the joke like this. So what did the chicken say to the duck that was going to cross the road? You know, Lori. Don't do it, man. You'll never hear the end of it. Yeah, on that note, let's finish this live. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.